You've eaten Gotham's wealth, its spirit, but your feast is nearly over. From this moment on, none of you are safe.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about what made Batman Year One not only the best Batman origin movie, but what made it the best Gotham City origin movie. I love how this movie does such a good job of showing just how crime-ridden Gotham City is. I'm not just talking about the more than occasional muggings that Gotham City is so famous for. We're immediately shown the corruption of this city's cops. They're completely careless and abuse their power to their full extent. We're immediately shown the GCPD taking liberties with citizens, attacking them and dismissing the truth in favor of covering their own mistakes for their self-benefits. In this city, having a badge is a ticket to do whatever you want. We see Detective Flash use force in situations that were not necessary, and even force alone would be excessive. We're shown the recklessness and carefree shoot first and don't bother asking questions later mentality that these officers have.
What if he does? One less mouth to feed at the soup kitchen.
We are launched into a crime-ridden city, and we're instantaneously shown just how deep the corruption goes. When it comes to Commissioner Loeb, it's not just a matter of ignoring, it's a matter of enforcing this type of unethical behavior. The men on the most wanted list aren't that hard to find for the Commissioner or the GCPD, because the Commissioner is sitting right across from them. There's a special seat at Falcone's dinner table just waiting for the Commissioner. It's very clear that the system is rigged, and those not getting away with crimes are the ones who cannot afford to. Jim Gordon is the only cop who is truly following the law, whereas all the rest are about as crooked as the Eiffel Tower. We also see how they go about handling other officers who aren't compliant with their agenda, as they group together and viciously assault Gordon on his way to work. That's their own brother in blue. That is the man they share a cubicle with. Imagine what they would do to a common street thug. They also set out to kill Batman before ever trying to arrest him. Not because he's a supposed violent criminal or a vigilante, but because he's doing the job the GCPD should be doing. The real difference between Batman and the police is that Batman wants justice while the GCPD want power. He is enemy number one for one reason and one reason alone, and that's because Batman does what's right for the people while the police do what's right for themselves. We're shown just how miserable Gotham City is in ways I don't think we've ever quite seen before, but maybe one other time, in the show Gotham. The show Gotham is about a young Jim Gordon rising to the top of the ranks to become commissioner. I actually love this show because it was a precursor to that of The Dark Knight's Arrival. But enough about Gotham and back to Batman Year One. I love how we get to see Batman struggle against three ordinary thugs, whereas by the time he joins the Justice League, he has a contingency plan for every member, including himself, for if any member ever turned rogue and turned to the dark side. In this movie, we get to see him mess up, we get to see him fail, we get to see glimpses of the Batman we all know, but he's not quite there yet, and I think because of that, us as the viewer, we are a little bit more on edge whenever we see him in danger, because we know he doesn't have them contingency plans yet. In this movie, he's not Batman just yet. He's a man trying to find his true identity. In this movie, he's much more man than Batman. Batman Year One shows us a different side of our favorite characters. It gives us a more vulnerable Bruce Wayne who is so desperate to find a path. It shows us that, yeah, Batman may be a good guy, but maybe he's not the perfect pitch of sanity. He's a broken man who wants to find something to believe in. I really like that Jim and his partner Sarah actually suspect Bruce as being Batman, and they have many reasons to. So you're telling me Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham after being gone for years, and 2 weeks after he returns, this Batman starts coming around and takes a bite at a crime? They note that he has the motive to do it due to his parents' murder, and he has the money to do it. Of course, by the time Jim goes to question Bruce, he has an alibi and is putting on one hell of a show, but to Jim's credit, he's not necessarily buying it. He doesn't rule out that Bruce Wayne could be a shallow, woman-crazy, snotty billionaire, but he doesn't immediately check him off as being that. He even notes that this could just be a persona. The movie follows Bruce and Gordon both looking for justice, and it's nice to see that their paths finally cross and align up just a few minutes before the credits roll. A maskless Bruce Wayne manages to save the life of Jim Gordon's newborn baby. And Jim Gordon, this cop who believes in a code and ethics, and doing everything by the book, doesn't turn Bruce in. He turns a blind eye to his true identity. And I really feel like it leaves this movie with a solid foundation for a working partnership that would later turn into a friendship between Bruce and Gordon. But let me know in the comments if you guys think Batman Year One truly had the best Batman origin. And as always, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe.